In Oregon's remote McDermott caldera, an Australian company drills for lithium.
Part of the volcanic process.
And so far, they like what their core samples show.
It's encouraging, definitely encouraging.
Jindalee Resources boss Lindsay Dudfield says the test drilling here is just a start.
Yeah, this is one of our earlier holes.
Actual lithium mining, if it ever happens, could be a decade away.
There's a lot more data collection to be done. There's the permitting process to go through. This permitting any mine will take a period of time, even with strong government support.
And they are not the only ones on the hunt for lithium here.
The highest profile one and the most advanced project is the Thacker Pass deposit, owned by Lithium Americas, at the southern end of the caldera. And at the northern end of the caldera, that's where Jindalee's got its lithium prospect.
What's happening to the south in Nevada's Thacker Pass is an example of what Jindalee could face.
And then you get these charlatans, these liars, these magicians like Elon Musk who come along and try and convince us all that this is green to continue destroying the planet in this way.
A small but fiercely dedicated group of anti-mining, anti-electrification protesters, just part of a continuing multi-front battle over lithium extraction. Open opposition, roadside protests, legal challenges.
There's been some issues that have arisen at Thacker Pass, and we're trying to make sure we don't repeat maybe some of the I won't say mistakes, but at least we're more open right from the start.
Lithium Nevada, a subsidiary of Lithium Americas, touts the high-paying jobs and energy independence the mine offers. Protesters say they will fight to the bitter end.
Taking a mountaintop off for coal is bad. Well, taking a mountain apart for lithium is bad as well.
They're protesting the expansion of electric vehicles and lithium batteries for home energy storage. Those are two things that will profoundly bring down the country's carbon footprint.
These people are not environmentalists. They're not in favor of life. They're not protectors of the land. They're not concerned about global warming. These people are in it for money.
Anti-mine activists and some local ranchers say federal agencies under the Trump administration rushed the process without appropriate input from local communities or proper environmental review. We meet this group in the windbreak of Orovada, Nevada's only gas station, just a few yards from a new charging station, a place to power up lithium-ion batteries for electric cars, and just a few miles from the proposed lithium mine they're fighting. The irony not lost.
I understand that, and certainly, but at what cost? Are we willing to sacrifice communities that grow food for the nation to put power into our phones and our cars?
The state agency which issued permits for the mine this winter claims they did so only after extensive review and months of public engagement. Not enough, says rancher Edward Bartell, leading the legal battles against the mine and worried about plans to use sulfuric acid in lithium processing.
They're going to haul it out to our community and burn it to create sulfuric acid to the tune of, in phase 2, roughly 5,800 tons of sulfuric acid they're going to create every single day. And then they're going to dump the residue from that acid production on public lands in priority sage-grouse habitat. It's bizarre that this type of thing would even be thought about approval, and they're spinning it as being eco-friendly. I don't think we can pollute our way to a cleaner planet.
Members of the Paiute Shoshone tribe consider the pass sacred, the site of a massacre in 1865.
My old people, they call it Pihima. If you translate that into English, it's rotten moon.
Myron Smart, a Paiute Shoshone, works at the 96 Ranch, the next valley over, and would rather the land, the sage-grouse, the spirits, remain undisturbed.
So I would hate to see for all of that to be taken away from, being taken away in that way, in that perspective, because I know whatever that it is that's out there that they're after is not very good. It's not good for the air quality. It's not going to be good for our water.
I get what the positive economic impacts are.
Ranch owner Chris Stewart has heard the job creation promises. Full-time, high-dollar work for hundreds of people at the mine and the processing plant for decades to come. But she wants to hear more about long-term impacts on local infrastructure and agriculture.
I just think we got to ask questions and get them answered with no BS.
Northwest environmental groups are paying close attention to what happens in the McDermott caldera.
It's wild, stunning, magical, beautiful country.
The expanding lithium rush in this landscape raises a host of issues.
If you're talking about large-scale industrial development in the high desert, whether it's in Nevada, Oregon, or any other place, and you're talking about significant road systems and significant change to vegetation and land cover, you can't help but have significant impacts to the species that depend on that habitat.
Quite a few thousand ppm parts per million lithium.
Lindsay Dudfield and company say they get the message.
It's critical. It's critical that we explain what we're doing for a start to stakeholders.
If they ever want to get lithium out of this rock, public relations will be a priority. A major mine in this remote corner of Oregon likely won't be an easy sell.
I don't know if we're ready for it, but it is what it is. All we can do is be open and honest with everyone and hope that common sense prevails.
In the McDermott caldera, a peaceful place that's becoming an environmental battlefield, I'm Alan Schaffler, Central Oregon Daily News.